You gotta turn that. Oh, you turn that off.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? This is Real Deal Sports. Another week, another bunch of crazy stuff in sports, entertainment. The usual guys are here. Myself, we got Walt. Walt, what kind of jersey is that?
Diamondbacks, baby.
Oh,
Old school.
Arizona.
Oh, I thought
Randy
the
Randy
whole time,
Johnson. Old school, baby.
this whole time I thought it was like Hammond, Indiana. I'm not lying. I didn't see the back. I didn't
Stop
see
it.
where it said backs. I just saw
Stop
like
it.
this part, and I thought it said
I
Hammond.
would I would never. I would never.
Uh,
I would never. Chicago, stop it,
cut,
please. I don't know
cut
why
it
y'all
out.
keep trying to convert me over.
Hey,
It's not
John,
going to
John,
happen.
I'm
why
trying to
he,
convert you to
John, why he
Indiana.
acting like he didn't live in Indiana though?
I
He could
did.
have found a jersey or two.
Hey! Listen, if you live within 50 miles of Chicago, you live in Chicago. All right.
No,
I will never
that ain't the tax bracket.
have a Chicago jersey ever.
Why are you so
Ever.
hostile?
But I go ahead.
No,
You gotta introduce my boy, my
yeah,
boy
I
up
mean, we
here.
was trying to figure out if you had a Hammond or Arizona Diamondback shirt.
Hey, I just want to put out
But-
if LeBron comes to Chicago for his final season, I am mailing that fool a Chicago Bulls jersey. Day one. The first LeBron jersey off the wall. Obviously, won't be no 23 because that's retired. But
LeBron would never. He would never.
Hold on, slow that down. He almost
would
did
never.
before he went to Miami. Relax with all that.
That's Miami though.
Chicago
Well,
ain't
he
his,
won't
Chicago
come.
ain't his venue. It ain't.
Yeah, he don't want them problems. He don't want the the compare. I mean, he already gets the comparison.
I was about to say he already getting.
It would heighten more being in the same arena. I don't, but we'll never know. But we got brother John, OKC Thunder. How you doing today, John?
Ooh, man, I think we beat the Warriors, and then we're trying to get that draft pick, which I don't like tanking, but we're doing it. So that's our plan right now, I guess. We'll see what pick we get. Who knows?
I got my Cavs jersey coming. That's why I ain't got that on. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
He just had to throw that in there,
I
didn't
did because I always talk about you don't wear your city's jerseys. I mean,
you don't.
Which one? Which jersey? Which jersey? You got Jared Allen coming your way? What is it?
I do need to get one of those though, but it's the Mobley joint. I'm serious. Jared Allen, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I got converted to Jared Allen when he did come to Cleveland. Though I ain't know he was that nice until he come to Cleveland. Though, for real.
Dude, he was on ESPN every day for blocking shots and
getting dunked on though. That's what I'm saying. He was like,
I mean,
he was
bro,
getting
when you play defense, you're gonna get crossed. You're gonna get dunked on. It's just a part of playing the game.
He's a Cavalier now, so
all defenders got their ankles took once or twice.
That's fine. He's a Cavalier now, so it's
coming. Somebody snatched LaMelo's tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they did.
But that pass he had though was nice.
Yeah, but dude didn't finish. So it
man, so
he didn't finish, and then he like airball.
Yeah, he did.
What are you doing?
I was so pissed.
But hey, it is what it is. So for our first topic tonight, we have throw it out there, brother John.
Oh, it's in the chat.
Late? No, it ain't. But
oh, y'all joined the chat late. I gotta repost everything.
It's okay. Things happen. But the Lakers season could end tonight if they lose and the Spurs win, which I think will likely happen. Let's just be honest. The Lakers have had a bad year with injuries.
LeBron's out tonight too.
AD been hurt majority of the year. LeBron been hurt a decent amount of the year. And, even AD came out the other day and said, hey, these ain't knick-knack injuries. I don't know what he needs to do in this offseason. Maybe stop wearing Kobe's. I mean, you're 7 foot. Stop wearing Kobe's. Why are you wearing Kobe's? You ain't got no ankle or Achilles support. And you wondering why your ankles and Achilles be hurting every game. Like, come on, bro. Get you something. Something, hell, where's some LeBrons? Some, I don't know. Something with some ankle support though.
LeBrons are very comfortable though.
I don't know if they heavy. I've seen a couple players wear them, not many. A lot of people want to wear Kobe's. It's like you're gonna have them same injuries as Kobe. You know, Kobe had a lot of them lower extremity injuries with them shoes. You find, get you some Kawhis. I don't know, but get some with some ankle and Achilles support.
I ain't getting
Something.
no wires.
Sorry, you talking about LeBron shoes or?
No, I'm talking about AD with all these injuries.
Oh man,
He needs to stop wearing Kobe's.
It's all about. It sounds like he talk about Kobe's more than anything. Like Kobe's.
No, but that's all he wears. Kobe's are like Air Force Ones. You gonna hoop in Air Force One?
Definitely not.
Exactly. It just got grip. That's about it. The only difference between Kobe's and Air Force Ones, Kobe's got grip. But what are your guys' take? We're gonna start with you, Walt. What's your take on it?
Well, as I got a little insider. No, I ain't got no damn insider. I'm just talking mess. But
probably do. I'll be hitting LeBron on a DM. Hey, LeBron, what's the word?
Man, look, I told you, bro. If I had pull like that, I'm trying to tell you, bro. We'll be doing shows live, not just from my crib. I'm just letting you know
at Staples Center.
It'd be a little something like that.
They'll be hating though. People will be hating.
That's okay. That's what we want.
You can't.
That's what we want, though. We want that. We want the hate.
Can I come on the show? No.
No, we're gonna let them on the show, and then we're gonna put them on blast. Be like, why was you not messing with us before we got to where we at now?
Oh, why they?
Hey, that's what Cat always said. He said, listen, if you got 15 haters, don't complain about them. By the end of the year, get yourself up to 20 haters.
Who just said like that?
Cat.
Oh yeah, he did.
He said, let haters do what their job. He said, let them do their job. They're supposed to hate.
Exactly. Yeah. But
the world wouldn't be what it is without him. Go ahead,
LeBron is out tonight. They did say that AD is supposed to be playing, so not really sure that they're going to still pull that win out against the Suns though, because I think the Suns are still still got Devin Booker, Chris Paul, everybody pretty much healthy for the Suns. So I mean, I don't see the Lakers pulling this win out at all. So I mean, I feel like at this point, LeBron is just probably getting ready for the off season. You know what I'm saying? Probably because I think he got one more season left with the Lakers. So, I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to probably play that last season out. More likely he is, but he's pretty much got some decisions to start making. You know what I'm saying? Here on out, with this last year coming up with the Lakers. So, yeah, it's not looking too pretty for the Lakers this year, man. Like I said, it's definitely about to probably end tonight against the Suns and. Yeah, I hate to say it. It was just a tragic season. Something that they tried, but it just went completely wrong, and it was just didn't work out. I feel like LeBron, he tried to prove something. I feel like maybe with everybody saying, "Oh, I can't do it with Russ, can't do it with Westbrook," but we all see why now that they couldn't do it with Westbrook. So it's just time for a new start. That's all it is. So.
I actually got a question for you guys. Does Frank Vogel get fired after this season if they don't make the playoffs?
I don't think you could put this on Frank though.
Probably so.
Because
you can't put it on him, but I still think he's gonna take the blame for it though. I don't think he's gonna be there next year.
Right. Saying you can't blame it don't mean people won't.
No. Well, what I'm saying is, like earlier, I'm pretty sure you guys saw the news too, when they were talking about a lot of front office was upset with LeBron because he vouched for Russ over DeRozan. Now, looking at it now, months later, it's like.
Now hang on. It was DeRozan and Buddy Hield, and
really?
That would have given them the option to keep KCP and Caruso, two defenders. Because if they didn't trade for Russ, they would have been able to keep KCP and
so Caruso. You would have got pretty much 4 shooters
compared to Russ. like 3 defenders.
Right though.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
tough.
By the way, I do like the Malik Monk pickup. I do like it. I think he's not getting enough credit for what he's doing.
That was definitely a surprise pickup for sure. Malik Monk.
He's really been, playing, somewhat meaningful basketball, right? In his own sense. I mean, it's obviously he's a typical. If the Lakers were the legit Lakers, he'll probably fall back to a 10 to 15 point a game guy. But it's nice to see what some of these guys who never really get. I mean, look what CJ McCollum's doing now that he's got the reins down in with the Pelicans. Like,
yeah,
the kid's fun to watch, man. CJ can hoop.
CJ older than both of us, all of us.
All right.
You trying to make it seem wrong, man. That's all it was.
Yeah. CJ
all right, here's my other question then. If they get knocked out tonight, should LeBron come back and play 2 more games to lock up the scoring title, or should he call it?
Hell yeah. Why not? No.
I guarantee you he's going to get roasted. He's going to get roasted.
Yes. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you also run the risk of getting hurt in meaningless games.
Bro, if he gets hurt, he still has 3 to 4 months to get back to healthy, man.
But because his thing though, he's playing hurt. So like, if he plays hurt and hurts it worse, it could take longer to come back. And by the way, the last 2 to 3 seasons, he has not been healthy. Like we think about LeBron.
I think it's age, age and mileage. He's got age and mileage.
But I'm just saying, like, he's not guaranteed he comes back right away, like like we think he would if he gets hurt again.
I mean, but who's to say he's actually still hurt though? Who's just not saying he's resting?
I just think because of.
Go ahead, John.
No, just because of what we talked about earlier, him sacrificing like what the front office wanted to do with that team to get his guy that he wanted. Which, by the way, I don't know that him and Westbrook are even boys, but like apparently he wanted him on the team. That was they made it obvious. They made it clear it was a LeBron choice to get him on the team. So to do that and then come back and risk getting hurt just to win the scoring title, like there's a lot of people who are going to look at this like the season of selfishness. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, this whole season is LeBron's fault. And then he tried to just stat pad at the end so he could win another scoring title. And like, he's going to get a lot of heat for it. That's all I'm saying. If he does come back.
At the end of the day, LeBron is already getting a lot of heat though. I mean, regardless of what he does. So I mean,
yeah, but he told everyone keep that energy, right? At the beginning of the season, he said keep that energy.
He did.
They're going to keep it. They're going to keep it, and I think he's going to get roasted more than he has all season.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I still feel like why not come back and still play, try to win the title? I mean, you would be the oldest person to do it. I mean, why not?
But he also played the bare minimum games to be able to do it. Like I'm just saying, I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I'm not saying I'm not hating on him for it. I'm just saying these are the things people are going to say. Dude played the bare minimum to win a scoring title while playing hurt in a losing season when it was all over. Like, if anything, he should have come back and played against the Suns. If he, that's what they're going to say is all I'm saying. Like he should have played it when it mattered, like tonight. You know what I mean? Because right now, Spurs are whooping the Nuggets, so they're gonna win. So Lakers lose now, it's over.
I mean, I just feel like at the end of the day, he gonna get scrutinized regardless. So I mean, why not come back and play, try to win the scoring title, just try to add on to that milestone that he's trying to reach and pass on Kareem. So I mean, I would come back. Why not?
Kareem is coming for him too, by the way. Talk about people coming.
He apologized for it though. He apologized.
Okay, I'll go look that up.
He apologized for it. He said like we're supposed to be like a family. I apologize. I forgot what I just literally looked at it, but he apologized.
I was telling my wife about that. Like, like Kareem is not reading LeBron James tweets. So like they're literally rolling him out on TV and be like, "Hey Kareem, what'd you think about that tweet from LeBron last night?" And I think someone else is explaining the tweet to him in their own words. And so in his mind, he's hearing like LeBron say some selfish, whatever things. And then he probably reads it for himself and is like, "Oh, y'all lied to me." That's what I think about it, because I don't think Kareem is sitting around reading LeBron tweets. I just don't. Like, I think someone said something to him and they're like, you know what I mean? Like they do all the time. We went to the ESPN thing here and they asked Zach LaVine, "Oh, would you like to play with Kevin Durant?" And he's like, "I mean, sure, who wouldn't?" And then the title, like Zach LaVine says he wants to play with Kevin Durant. It's like, dude, I didn't say that. Like, what are you doing this to me? I kind of wonder if that's what happened to Kareem. So I do think like I wouldn't be surprised if he backtracked.
Yeah, very true. Well,
what you guys say? No, I said, "What you go ahead, Nico."
No, I mean, I would go for it, but also, do you really want to risk injuring something? And this time it might not be a knee or an ankle. It could be an ACL, knock on wood, or it could, you know, almost like Clay. He was practicing, then you tear your ACL after coming back off of an Achilles. You like, bruh. And then, that messes, especially somebody like LeBron, he ain't got too many years left. You gotta reserve as much as you can. And I think, for the first time in a long time, he's actually gonna be able to, rest. I don't know how long he takes off after the season, but this will be the first time he ain't went to the playoffs in a long time. It might be exactly what he needs.
Yeah, I'll say this last thing. So he will take a lot of heat this year if he comes back and wins the scoring title in games that are just garbage time games, especially if they get blown out in them games and he still drops his 30. But people will forget and they'll look back and all they'll see is on the record it'll say 2-time scoring champ, 3 times like it'll what I mean, it's going to say how many times he won the title. It's not going to say he played these in garbage games. When it's not going to say that. So I say go for it then, just because of legacy, for legacy's sake. Like, why not? But yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting roasted this year. That's all I'm saying. He's definitely getting roasted.
True.
Hey,
But
here's what it is. On
in
to
the
the
next
next.
in the next topic,
On to
we're
the next.
going to the league, the NFL, the Commanders, Washington Commanders to be exact, are not disclosing ticket sales. John, you want to give us a little backstory on this, sir?
So the NFL is sort of like the NBA, right? There's some sharing going on, right? So certain teams like Washington aren't going to make as much as the Rams, as the Chargers, as whatever the Giants are. So there's profit sharing, right? So like listen, the New Orleans Hornets lose money every single year. Like it's a known thing. They lose money every year. Now they might be trending upward the last couple of years, but they constantly lose money. And what happens is the other teams in the league that have excessive ticket sales coming in and all that share it. They share their money to because listen, someone to beat, right? Like if you're LA, New York, and all them, whatever, like I'll pay your bills so that I can come into your town and beat you, right? I need someone to beat. So I can't let you fail. That's the concept, right? So it's the same with NFL. So there's other teams that are helping out Washington, and then Washington there's a question mark, but it looks like it might be true. It looks like Washington has been lying about how many tickets they're selling. So let's say they sold $100 million in tickets last year, and they're just telling the league they made 60 million. So now other teams are giving them money to cover them losses while they're still keeping that extra money. So it's looking like if this is true, Snyder might be done. Like, there's no way he's going to recover from this if it's true.
True. What you got on it, Walt?
Well, I mean, that's like I said, that's kind of just news to me as well. But I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, they are still like a new, I won't say up and coming team, but I mean, I'm sure that they're not really making too much money, of course, right now because of the fact that one, that they're probably not winning games, and of course and two, that they're not getting the fan base that they need to sell, the tickets or the merchandise, whatever what that they need to sell to make sure that they make the money that they need to make to cover the team's finances. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I hope they're not doing it because I mean it's definitely going to look really bad for like John said for Snyder. But it's just it's just be a bad look, honestly, if they're really trying to do this, because there's definitely other ways that they can try to make money. I should say, to maybe bring in more fan base. I should say, maybe try to promote more or something. I don't know,
It would be interesting if because the NFL I do think has wanted Dan Snyder gone for some time. There are just certain things they accused him of things last year, paying refs that washed away, but they accused him. Obviously, he didn't want to change the team name. They finally forced him to all that stuff. So there's a lot of things there, but I do think the league wants Spaceman Jeff, Amazon Jeff to buy a team. I do think they want that. I mean, think about it, man. Like that team's gonna have the one of the. I mean, they're gonna have like a L.A. Rams type arena out there in Washington if that guy takes over, right? So I think the NFL wants something like that. I think they've been wanting Dan Snyder. He's old school, man. He doesn't really want to change much, and I kind of think the NFL wants him out. But here's my thing with all these things I always say, right? Is like, sure, the league targets people, right? They targeted John Gruden. They targeted Antonio Brown. They targeted these people. Like they try to run them out of the league, but these people also gave them ammo. Like it's not like you didn't do these things either, right? You did these things. So this is the problem with this stuff. Is like if you don't want to get run out of the league, don't give them ammo. And this guy, if this is true, he's consistently giving them extra ammo. This is just, it's dirty. I mean, he could probably get in trouble for this. Like this is probably some legal issues he could face over this.
I was just about to say that legal shit.
Yeah. Nico, you're muted.
You're muted.
No, I was saying I agree 100%, and we just gonna have to see how it plays out. Hopefully, if it is found out that he is doing it, he gets in trouble. But with those owners, it's 32 of them. They stick by each other pretty well from what we've seen before, and it's gonna take 31 of them to vote him out. If I don't know how the voting works, but I think they all would need to be on one accord to get him out of there.
So I think if this is true, that's going to be easy, right? Like if we're all, trying to do something here, and let's say Walt's over there, saying, "Listen, I'm moving this week. I need like $1,000 from you two," and then we found out like that someone already gave him 10 grand to help him move. We'd be like, dude, give me my 1,000 back. You know what I mean? Like we'd be kind of pissed. Like we did.
Right.
So
this is am I paying that much to vote?
Yeah. So if all the other teams are already giving them money, right, pitching into the to make sure these other teams stay afloat that aren't having, and then we find out that you've actually been lying about how much you already have excessive amount. Like, yeah, I think this one's going to be easy to roll them out. I don't know. It's going to be unanimous. I mean.
But it's funny though, because it sounds exactly like a billionaire's problem.
Man,
hey, I ain't telling you how much I got. I know I got a lot though.
It's crazy how like some people, man, they can just never be rich enough. It's like how much is enough?
That's how you become a billionaire. You can never have enough.
But the second you got to be dirty and corrupt to do it, it's like. Was it worth it?
But let's be honest though. What billionaire that got it the legit way?
No, I agree.
All billionaires have finessed somebody or did something a little shady to get to where they are now.
I don't know. Probably right.
Going to the NCAA championship, I ain't gonna lie to you, I felt like I lost some money last night. I didn't bet on the game, but the way North Carolina was beating Kansas down, I'm like, bruh, they gonna win this game. And man, after I did some stuff on the computer for the show, I ended up turning on the game and it was 69-70. I'm like, what the hell? How does this happen? How you had 25 at halftime, and you up one with like I think it was like a minute left, something like that. And I'm like, this is crazy. But yeah, I think Coach Davis, Hubert Davis, in North Carolina, this is gonna be a tough pill to swallow, man. Because you have the game. Even at the end, you took 2 bad shots. 2 terrible, I mean not terrible, but they wasn't aware of the time.
Very poor shot selection.
Yes.
Very.
But hopefully they can bounce back. I would have loved to see, first time head coach in this position win the national title and in Coach K's season. you only that's only movie scripts.
No, in Coach K's career.
Both,
All
both.
right, all right.
All right, too
I
far.
mean, let's be honest though. He
Too
did
far.
give
All
Coach
right.
K his last 2 losses.
All right, he did, but we not talking about Coach K right now.
We are. No, let me stop.
We're not.
But I just hope you know that they can figure it out and come back next year because hopefully that leaves a sour taste in their mouth. And
Oh, it will. It left a sour taste in
but
Jordan.
it's almost like when a team loses the Super Bowl, they're not the same right after. It's going to be interesting to see how North Carolina bounces back after
Oh yeah, I
pretty
mean,
much having the game in their hands.
and it's not even gonna be the same roster, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
100%. But what are you guys' opinion? We're gonna start with you, John.
I mean, losing was it Baycott late was
Yes,
huge because I
yes,
think like 4 straight points came from well that big shot that the big man on Kansas, he went right up and over Manic, I believe it was.
yeah.
That was huge. I mean that was it. That was the game right there. Like
But
and I think
Manic is not known for a defender. He's like a
right. So Baycott would have been nice to have in that
yeah,
situation.
true.
But hopefully, hopefully, man, he's okay, man. Because I don't know what his NBA odds are or anything like that. But
Yeah,
like,
he hurt his ankle in back-to-back games in the Duke game and I think the same ankle last night. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you like to see toughness in a guy, but man, when you're talking about that kind of weight on an ankle, like that's a scary thing too. So, hopefully he's okay. Yeah, like you said, man, just poor shot selection on that last one. I mean, they had plenty of time. They had like almost 20 seconds left when they came down. So it wasn't. Then they forced up almost a logo shot. Then a guy does a leaning runner into 2 defenders, and then Manic gets the rebound, and maybe he should have just gone right back up with it and cut the game to 1, but instead he tries to kick it out and they turn it over. But it just, I don't know, man. Like you got called timeout at that point because there was still plenty of time on the clock. Like they didn't, once the play broke down and it fell apart, like you got to call timeout, you got to reset, you got to do something. But Kansas just shot efficiently. Like go look at the rebounds. UNC killed them on the rebounds, outshot them from 3, way better from free throw. Like everything you look at, they were better pretty much, except for they just didn't hit their shots. Like they just didn't shoot well, inside. And Kansas took, fewer shots than UNC, but they made them count. They really made it count. And so that was the difference in the game. And by the way, this kind of reminds me of that Kansas City Chiefs run. You know what I mean? Like this is a second half team, man. Like three straight games now. They're shooting roughly 30 to 40% in the first half, and then come out in the second half shooting 55 to 65%. Like they're a second half team in this tournament, and they ran people up and down the court in the second half.
true. What you got on it, Walt?
Woo wee! I just want to say thank you, Kansas, for making Mr. Jordan so angry that last night. I appreciate that. But anyways,
I thought this was like a LeBron versus Jordan on the court. Now it's getting personal. Now you're making it personal.
no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, I just wanted to see what Nico was gonna have a response to that. No, I'm not playing though. But no, it was a hell of a game though. Like I said, UNC came out hot in the first half. I definitely thought they was gonna run away with it. I'm not gonna lie, I turned it off probably till like the last maybe 5-6 minutes because I thought the game was gonna be over. To be honest with you, and then like I said, when I turned the game back on, Kansas came back. But it just pretty much just shows Kansas how well they've been playing pretty much all year, and they're the number 1 seed for a reason. So, and like John was saying, they've been pretty much a comeback team these last couple of games. So, yeah, Kansas just definitely pretty much just like I said, just showed why they're the number 1 team, and they did the damn thing, and they pretty much put a smile on my face because of they beat UNC. Yeah.
So when Nico
only
says
because though I ain't gonna lie, I did want Duke to win though because I wanted to see Coach K go out with a bang though. So I was like kind of pissed that UNC beat Duke though. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, what were you gonna say, John?
I will say when Nico says he lost money, did he lose it to you
No,
or
no, no, no. I didn't. No, I didn't lose money. I said I felt like I lost money
No,
because they were
no,
up so big. I'm like, sheesh, I should have bet on this
no,
game.
I don't gamble unless it's little stuff.
Oh my goodness. There was a guy who had by the way, so these new parlays they're
Why
doing
you
where
look at
you
me
I
like
ain't
that?
even gonna,
I don't.
not even gonna say nothing. Nope.
they're
When
doing
do I?
these
When do we gamble? What? Some Mountain Dew or some
This
water?
is not undisputed. We do.
I'm just saying water or something. Like what are we gambling? Like that's
no
not
some
gambling,
yeah, Diet Mountain Dew.
We gamble our Facebook pages.
right? I mean, I'm just saying like that's not technically gambling though. I'm just saying.
It's a bet. It's a bet. It's okay. John, finish the statement. My
There was
good
a no back to what you're saying. Like there was a guy who so apparently with the way they're doing parlays now is you can pull out of the parlay at any point, right? You can cash out. You're not going to win as much, but you can cash out some of these apps. And a guy had bet $400 on some crazy parlay in the NCAA tournament. He had $21,000 he could have cashed out, but if UNC won, he would have won 80,000.
and
And
he didn't
he
cash
didn't
out.
cash out, and so he lost $400 instead. But
Oh,
that's a
okay.
tough decision, man.
Okay.
80,000, like you know what I mean? Do you cash out for 21K or do you take the or you go for the 80, man? It's tough.
You
Didn't
know
Drake
what's
lose
funny
out on
though?
money on that game too?
Say it again.
Didn't Drake lose out on that money on some game on that game too?
Ain't no telling. Drake is cursed.
Uh,
Okay.
You see, bet on Odell. Odell tore that ACL. Like, oh damn.
but he
How you
still got
bet
a
on
championship though.
He did, but he didn't win it like he wanted to.
That's
It's a
facts.
difference.
That's facts. That's facts.
But dude, you know what's so crazy? I thought about betting on the game because they had the halftime thing. They was like, if you bet on North Carolina, it's minus 4,000. But if you bet on Kansas, it's like plus 350. I was like, I should bet, and I didn't, and I lost out on $350. I didn't lose out. You can't miss what you never had, but I
Right,
thought about it.
that
So
boy
you
would
kept
get over
$20, what you're saying.
that.
No, I think it would have been just outright. Like if I bet 10, I get 350 back. Because they were it was such a big deficit. It's like you can try if you want to. We don't know, but you can do what you want to do.
That boy buying a new set for the squad, boy.
Yeah, I would have gave everybody $20, boy.
Hey, betting it's something you can definitely have fun with. If you're not an addictive, you don't have a addictive personality and stuff like that. But it's
But you
definitely
know what I
something.
noticed? The only people that succeed with it,
All the people that studies it.
yeah, it's almost like a scout. Because I know one of my guys at the shop, he does it. And he hits a lot, but like he be scouting. Like it was one day he bet on Ja to like hit a three. All Ja had to do was hit 1 3. And like I think like the last 4 games, Ja had hit like 1, 2, 3, 2. He could hit one. Do you know he lost? He bet like $10. If Ja would have hit 1 3, he would have won like 2,000. And that was the only thing he needed. Everything else had hit. Ja just couldn't hit a three. And he had like 35 points.
Jeez.
I'm like,
It's tough.
That's like betting on Kawhi to hit a three, though. It's like, hey, is he gonna take one? I don't even know. No.
Kawhi tried.
But
Mm.
yeah, but it is cool that they added this where you can, listen, you wouldn't make nearly as much, but the fact that you can pull out of these parlays, get a nice little once you get up, you can,
Right.
and I think it's going to lead to a lot more people, making bets, and it'll get more interesting,
True.
but yeah,
On,
UNC, man.
on to the women's national champion, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Coach Don Staley has won a national title for the South Carolina Gamecocks. John, you are a big fan of the women's basketball. What is your take on the win?
I'm a big fan of basketball.
Mostly women, though.
That's still basketball.
Mostly women, though. I would put you up against anybody debating women's basketball. Anybody
don't
that
do,
say
don't do
they,
that. Don't do that.
no, I would.
No, because here's the thing: the women's fans are actually like hardcore women's fans. Like I just like basketball, so like they actually like specifically.
I mean,
They probably don't watch college or pro or men's pro.
but you watch both, so I mean, it works.
Yeah, so I'm a jack of all trades. I don't know enough to go up against anybody though.
Yeah, you the women's Sooners fan. You the Chicago Sky fan.
And one of my friends played for the Sooners. I always wish I could have gotten to see her play. But
how tall was she? Because them girls be tall. That's what people don't realize.
All
of them ain't short.
Compared to the rest of the girls, she wasn't that tall. But yeah. But what's crazy was her brothers were both tall, and they were we always thought they were gonna play college ball, and they never really got they never made it, but their sister did, which was interesting. It was pretty cool. But actually, back to one last thing about the last. How many times did they say that guy from North Carolina, Manic? How many times did they say that like he was with OU? Like I don't know if y'all caught that.
Yeah, I did hear that a couple times.
They must have mentioned it 10 times. I was like, all right, we get it, right? We're Ohio State. We flopped on Joe Burrow, right? We get it. Like you know what I mean? Like we let it. All right, we let them away.
Wait, why you gotta add us in that?
No, I'm just saying, like they just kept calling us out the whole stinking time. I was like, all right, we get it, man. We let one slip through our fingers. Let move on. Like he's here now.
You see how he tried to add us in there? What? Like, hold on, cuz. What I do?
I mean, that's a pretty significant. That's a pretty significant one.
We're not talking about all state.
That's a pretty significant one, Joe Burrow.
But we might have let Joe Burrow go, but we got Justin. That's all that matters.
But no, the UConn coach, man, this is his first ever loss in a championship. And for the Nikos of the world, right? Like they would rather he just didn't make the tournament than losing the championship. But I think he's like 12-1 now in the championship game.
Yeah, dude, his record is crazy.
That's crazy. But he can't be the GOAT anymore because he's not undefeated.
He got a Bill Russell record.
I'm sure there's someone there's someone probably who's like 1-0 that Nico thinks is better than him now because at least they're undefeated. Of course not. But
no. It sounds good, but no. You can't make the same comparison.
But yeah, I mean they did a really good job, defending, Paige Buchers and because she was supposed to, she's gonna be one of the biggest draft picks coming out and stuff. So they did a really good job.
She struggled. Sorry.
Right. So they did a really good job. Yeah, they did a really good job containing and keeping everything in front of them. And kudos to South Carolina, man. Like this was a nice little run. I mean, obviously it wasn't as exciting as Duke UNC. It wasn't like that, because they rolled them. But I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a comeback, sort of like we saw with Kansas. But there was nothing. South Carolina took it, and kudos to them though.
Yeah. It was definitely a game to see what but no, it was a crazy game. It's crazy that the fact that South Carolina only shot 18% from the 3-point line, but they dominated it on the boards though. It was like 49-24 or something like that. And it just like they said, South Carolina just pretty much killed them inside the paint, though. That's pretty much what their game was all year, and they just pretty much killed them in the paint again in the championship. And like John said, they kept Paige on a. They kept her not to be doing what she needed to do. I should say. She only had 14 points. I think she only shot 6 for 14. And she definitely didn't really. She only had 2 assists. That's really not. Her game, she usually gets maybe about 4 or 5. But shout out to South Carolina. It's like the coach, they showing playing great basketball. I honestly like the style of basketball that they're playing. I actually love showing my daughter their the game tapes, their highlights or whatever. So hey, just shout out to South Carolina, and hey, I don't see why they can't do it again next year. So
yes.
Yeah, like the WNBA is still in that situation where, like, like your Bill Russells and your Wilts and stuff can still come in and take over the league. So South Carolina having them rebounders and bigs who can put it back and rebound stuff is still important, right? Like in the NBA, like someone like Hassan Whiteside, Rudy Gobert, Dwight Howard, like they're not as important as they would have been back in the day. But in the WNBA, they're still super important. Your bigs, way more than the NBA. So we could see. I mean, we could see a few of their players probably. They could probably lose a few players this year because bigs are still super important.
Yeah.
Damn, she has 16. Boston
Yeah.
has 16 boards, bro.
Right. So as I'm saying, like that's still a big deal in the WNBA, man. It's second chance opportunities and just being able to rebound and put back.
Yeah, she was glad. She was getting boards for sure, man. That was the game changer right there, though. Second chance points, honestly. So,
Right. Next topic: the Cleveland Cavs are in the 7th spot in the NBA playoffs. What is your take on your Cavs? If the playoffs
yeah,
started
yeah,
real quick
losing.
before you give your answer, if the playoffs started today, they would play the Celtics.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough. That'd be definitely kind of tough, but I I think we could still take them to 6 games, maybe 7 though, honestly. But I still see Boston pulling that one out though, just because Tatum is playing on another level right now. But
Yeah,
going back to the Cavs though, we needed that win tonight, honestly, against the Magic. That was a tough loss. Not winning that game against the Magic tonight though. That moved us down to the 7th spot. So tough loss tonight. We needed it. We definitely need to bounce back coming back next game. Completely forgot who we got to play, but I looked it up later. But um yeah, man, we just gotta we them with some injuries as well. Mobley's out. I think we forgot who else is out too, but we just gotta hopefully get healthy and hopefully once the play-in tournament comes upon us, everybody be healthy and we can try to make some type of damage in the play-in tournament. But I honestly don't see us getting past the first round. But it'll be a nice to see, you know,
yeah,
just the Cavs in the playoffs again without LeBron. So I think it'd be the first time that they made the playoffs since LeBron's left. So
right. I think the one thing that would help you guys though is you got a lot of size. With
yes,
Mobley and
Allen being out.
Martin and Jarrett Allen, right?
Yeah, Allen's out too. I forgot to
Yeah.
mention him as well.
Yeah, so I think that would help you in that series. It would just be, you would have to kill the Celtics on the boards, really. Make it look, mismatches. If Jared Allen is being guarded by Al Horford or whatever, just give it to him in a spot where he ain't got to do much. Hit him with a hook shot. So yeah, I think y'all can definitely make some noise. With Garland, he's playing out of his mind for you guys. I
Yeah,
really like how he's been able to come
it's just that
through.
Boston. I just feel like they got the way more chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Especially
They
like I said,
do,
that team has
they
been
do.
together for a minute too. Like I said, it's just how they vibing and just coming together right now. I just feel like they the number one, number two team right now for a reason. So
But I think Boston has the same problem Miami has. You're not that big. So when you play a team like Milwaukee, if you know, you can't guard height. You can't defend height. You just something you can't teach. So, if it gets into Giannis coming downhill, who gonna guard him? You gonna put Marcus Smart on him, get him in foul trouble? It's at that point it becomes a chess match.
Yeah, you can't let Giannis bring the ball up from half court, like because once he gets that running start, man, come on, like
Yeah.
it's all downhill for him. You gotta pick him up half court for real. Sort of
No,
like
you probably got to pick him up as soon as he get the ball. Like you can't let him put the ball
I'm
down.
saying, you don't let him get the ball. Don't let him just get the ball at half court. Like
that's good.
make him get it in the low post, make him do an actual move, and wear him out. Don't let him just run downhill on you.
Right.
But yeah, you got to prevent. By the way, the nice thing about going live is we can actually do live updates. And right now, like Spurs are only up 6 going into the fourth, so that game's actually getting
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, for me, like first off, the Cavaliers have to right now they have to beat either the Nets or if they lose to the Nets,
The Nets.
they have to play probably Trey Young, maybe Lamelo, but I like him against Lamelo. But Trae Young, listen, he's been there before, and in a one-game situation, I like Trae over the Cavaliers right now. But let's say they do make it, and if this were regular NBA and they play Boston, like you said, man, you can't guard size, and when your two best players on Boston are both pushing 6'6", you got two big forwards, you got a small forward shooting or whatever, like Brown and Tatum, and then the two best players on Cleveland are probably guards. Like, it's going to be a mismatch. I don't, I'm going to say in that situation it's Boston in 5. It's just too big of a size mismatch. They stand a better chance against actually teams with better records. But right now, Boston and Dallas are coming hot into the playoffs. Two of the hottest teams right now.
Yeah.
So you don't want to. I wouldn't want to play Boston right now. Like, if I were anybody. So yeah, I got Boston in 5 in that one. But I like them against. I think they have a chance. Yeah, I definitely think they can at least make the 8 seed. If they don't beat the Nets, but we'll see.
Yeah, and the team right above them, no pun intended, the Bulls. And looking at the standings right now, if the playoffs started today, they can't avoid the Sixers. And I think really the best luck for the Bulls. Report just came out. Lonzo may not return this season. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
looking
done.
good.
He's done.
And I think the only way the Bulls could really get to the second round is if James Harden just has his usual playoff blunders. I don't know what's gotten into him lately. If that pressure of being in Philly's kicking in, I don't know. But I think, the Bulls have the same problem. I think, you don't have size. You don't have nobody to guard Embiid. Your best bet is to hope Embiid gets his, but everybody else don't.
Mm-mm.
And for you to bank on that to win 4 games, it's just not gonna happen. So
Yeah,
I think they can't avoid them. They cannot avoid Philly. So it's gonna be a tough series. You're gonna have to figure out how to slow them down. Make them. I don't know if you make them guard Vucevic. You know, hit him with some pick and roll. Force him to play defense. I don't know how you approach it. Tire him out a little bit. Don't let him just be a sitting duck and then go back on the other end and kill you. I don't know how they do it. That's up to Billy Donovan how he makes that adjustment. But yeah, I don't see them. I could see maybe 6. I think the best thing to do would be catching them the first game. I'm pretty sure that would be in Philly, and then catching them maybe game 3 here in Chicago. Use that crowd momentum, and hopefully Zach and DeRozan can both go for 40 because that might be what it takes.
I mean, like I said, the Bulls is playing pretty decent right now. Like I said, I think they did
And
just.
they just lost tonight to Milwaukee.
Yeah, they just lost tonight against Milwaukee. So I mean, honestly, like I said, it's going to take a lot of firepower, like Nico was saying, to if they were to play the Sixers right now, because just the way Embiid is playing right now, man, that dude is he killed us that last game when he played the Cavs. I think he had like 44, 17, and like 5 blocks, bro. I'm
Yeah,
like, damn,
he's on a tear.
man, he put
Like, bro, slow down.
he put us in the blender. I can't even front, but yeah, Embiid he's just on another level right now. And this if Embiid, even if Embiid is still getting his, I mean, I feel like even if James Harden isn't having the best games, I mean, you can still. I think they still got Seth Curry. No,
He's in Brooklyn.
oh yeah, okay, with Tobias.
Yeah.
They got
Oh,
Tobias, they got Thibault. I
got
feel
Maxi.
Maxi.
they got Maxi. I feel like those guys could possibly still step up enough to where towards they can still get.
Maxi stepped up tonight.
Yeah, so I feel like those guys could possibly step up as well in the playoffs. But I feel like maybe Philly's gonna take it in 5. Honestly, it's just like I said, I just feel like the Embiid is on another level right now. Honestly, so
Yeah.
So because of this loss tonight, they've actually slipped into 6, which means they would have to face Milwaukee in the first round.
No.
Right? Or
Currently, they
Milwaukee
have
moved
to
up.
play Philly.
Why did Milwaukee move up with tonight's win?
No, Milwaukee moved.
Milwaukee moved.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee did move up with the win.
Okay. Until Boston plays, but if Boston plays the next game and wins, then Milwaukee's back in third.
But the interesting thing is, with 2, 3, and 4, that can change within the next week because they're all a game within each other. Boston got 49 wins, 30 L's. Philly got 49 wins, 30 L's. Milwaukee got 48 and 30 L's. So, that can change, by the time the playoffs come. Milwaukee could definitely jump to that second spot, or Philly could jump to that second spot, or Boston could fall to that fourth, whoever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'll say if they play Philly, I'm actually gonna give them 7. I'll say they lose to Philly in 7, but I do think that Philly's still dysfunctional. Like they have not been great. Like they have Embiid's been great, and guys have stepped up. This guy will step up one night, another guy will step up another night, but Philly hasn't been great. I think they're 6-5 over the last 11 games or something like that. They've been slipping.
Yeah,
so
6-4, yeah. Well, 6-5.
Yeah, counting tonight, yeah, no. But I think, but so I like the Bulls. I don't think they're dysfunctional. I think they're injured. I think they're banged up. I think they're roster rotations trying to figure out who's next man up and all that. But I don't think they're a dysfunctional team. I think they don't have a star, like a superstar right now, right? They have several all-stars, but no superstar. So, late game, sure, the Bulls have a problem, but, who's going to take over the game and all that. But as a team, they're not dysfunctional right now as much as Philly looks from game to game. So I actually think that, Philly could easily have three bad. I mean, James Harden had 11 points tonight. That's, and Chris Paul brought out the best in James Harden. But, playoff James Harden without Chris Paul is a different thing. And so I give Chicago at least 3 wins in that series. The Milwaukee series, I think, could be over in 5. I'll give Chicago 1 if they have to face Milwaukee in the first round, especially after the way they got whooped tonight by Milwaukee.
I'm about to say sweet, and Giannis only had 18.
I'm being nice. I'll say I'll give them 1, but
hey, they're small. They're small.
Yeah, so if I'm Chicago, I would rather that Philly matchup. I really would.
But I think the only way the Bulls could get Philly is inconsistency. From Maxey and Tobias, because now you don't have. Has Danny Green even played this year?
Well, you don't need consistency from them at 7 games, right? You just need one of them to have a good game. Both of them need to have 3 good games each, right?
But that's what I'm saying.
Right. But I'm saying both of them don't have to be great for 7 straight games. You just need one of them to be good.
No, but you need to be great for at least 4.
And then one of them needs to be great for the other 3. That's all I'm saying. But
yeah, you got to have some consistency. That's the one thing. The Bulls can score, but they also give up a lot.
Yeah, they give up a lot of points, especially lately.
That's the problem. And I think the problem with Harden is when the refs start swallowing the whistle.
That's been a problem for him all year, though.
That's been a problem for him pretty much since he left.
Go back and look at this before this 6-5 run they went on. Go back and look. They were playing pretty well. And a statistic came out that said both Embiid and James Harden have taken more free throws this season than shots. And since then, the refs have been swallowing their whistles. Because that was trending for, I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was trending a couple weeks ago. And since then, they have not been the same team, and refs have been swallowing their whistles. So they're not getting their calls they're used to.
It shows in James Harden game. Like I say, since he's left OKC.
I'm just saying, you think of a star that usually take a star will usually take 18 to 25 shots and maybe 7 to 15 free throws. The fact that both of them are taking more free throws than shots is crazy. And so they've been swallowing their whistles lately.
That's just their style of play, though. They live at the free throw line, though. That's just part of their game.
Yeah, that's in a regular season, but come
Yeah, but
playoff.
once it gets brought to light, like that this team is literally scoring 30, 40 points a game off free throws, the refs been swallowing their whistles, and it's
Yeah.
looked different.
Yeah, it is going to
So
be a different.
our last topic of the night. Um, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith has recently come out with a statement on her husband slapping Chris Rock, and she says, and I quote, "I, I am not one of those women that needs protection. I know Will is wrong. Will knows. We both know that he overreacted. We're in agreement that he overreacted. But I'm not a wallflower, nor am I one of these women that needs protecting. I just say, why you just can't let it go? Just let it just let that man feel like he was protecting you. Even in the public eye. You didn't have to say that. This is prime example of just because you have a mouth don't mean you gotta talk all the time.
He is really pissing me off.
Just let it go. But John has something to say. What's your take on it,
I
Mister
always got stuff to say.
Oh yeah,
Baptist?
for sure.
I need to hear this one. Go ahead. Let me hear this.
I was actually done with this topic, and to this point, I've been making jokes. Like, listen. By the way, actually, one of my favorites I came up with on my own. I think, listen, if I'm Snickers, I go get this man and say, listen, I wasn't. You're not. I'm not me when I'm hungry. Thing, like, right, and just pretend like, listen, I was hungry. They didn't have enough food at the Oscars. I mean, do a Snickers commercial, man. I think that'll play it off. But no, back to this topic. Like, I guess we're doing it one more time, right? Hopefully, this last one.
If they don't
I
say nothing,
don't
it's
think
crazy.
I don't think her response had anything to do with saying like violence is not good against people that said something you don't like. I think her whole thing was just trying to prove like I'm that woman. Like her whole thing was like he didn't it wasn't he shouldn't you shouldn't slap someone because they say something you don't like. It was he didn't need to do it because I could defend myself. And she always
But
makes it about her. And it's like,
oh,
no, the whole point of this is to say, listen, you shouldn't be slapping people because you don't like a joke. It's not, if I wanted to slap him, I could do it myself. You missed the whole point. Then the whole point was don't slap people. Like what is going on in this lady's head? Like, listen, we know what's going on outside her head, right? And hope she's but inside, man, like I would hate to see inside her head at this point, man. Like I just
at this point, you feel bad for him. Like if we tired of her talking, imagine how it's been living with her all these years.
Do you really think that they living with each other at this point though? Like,
They no, wait. They got enough money where he can be on one wing and she could be on the other.
I'm about to say, do you think they put like
don't
an Oprah move
don't
right now? Like they got like maybe Jada staying in the house and then he's staying like in the guest house or something like that.
don't
No,
you
they,
get
they they got enough money. You stay on the left side, I stay on the right side. I don't have
don't
to see you.
don't you get a modern Bill and Hillary vibe from them? Like, you know what I mean? Like they might have showed up in the car
Wait,
together,
so
but like they probably pulled up at the
wait.
corner and then got in different cars
No,
and went
wait,
different
wait,
ways.
wait. I got a question. So who's who in this equation? Is she Bill?
She
I
might
think
be.
so. Yeah, I think
Yeah, she
she's
She
might.
didn't
Bill,
have
right?
relations with that young man?
Yeah, I think that she just
Yeah, I think
might
she's
be.
She
I
didn't
think
have
she's
sexual
Bill. Yeah.
relations with that young man.
But yeah, I
Um,
mean, I
Wait,
get like a modern day Bill and Hillary vibe from them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they might have made their appearance walking up together, but like they probably pulled up around the corner and then got in different limos and headed to their own places. It's just
my my thing is, why is she like Nico said? Why is she coming out so late with it though?
right? Like, be quiet. Just let it go.
Okay, if he didn't have, if you're so independent, you know what I'm saying, why did you know what I'm saying, give him that look like you wanted him to go do something though? Like I just feel like she just, it might be something wrong with her, honestly. Like I just don't know at this point what's wrong with Jada. Like I just, because it just seemed like she just, she trying to go too many ways right now, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like she's really like just messing up, just like one her with their relationship, I should say, and just like Will's career, like bro, that's really gonna like kind of put like a stamp on his career a little bit, just because of that like situation with the Oscars, especially like what I'm saying, with like I said, that type of platform that it was on. So it's just I don't know. I just feel like nobody's really ever going to forget, that moment at the Oscars really for a long time. Honestly, like you're gonna be like, damn, like 20 years from like damn, you remember when Will Smith slapped the shit out of him?
What makes it worse? You see everything that he's going through, and now you decide to say that. You could have just kept quiet on that. That's something that could have been between you and him. Don't tell nobody else.
But that's the thing, though. It just seems like she's coming. It was like John was saying, like, well, you were saying, like, she's using her mouth at the wrong time, though. Like the way that probably sounded.
Be quiet. He already loses money. Now he gonna lose. Now people gotta. Well, she didn't really want you to do it no way. Why you do?
This is someone who has to make everything about her, though, right? Like, it's that person who like loses a loved one and then says, "Everyone come feel sorry for me because I lost a loved one," and it's like, all right, what about the actual family and all that? Like, what I mean? They make everything about them. We talked about before the show, and it's a little darker topic. I'm not gonna bring it up, but like the Hope Solo thing this week, right? And all that situation. The thing is, some people like that, like this, it continues to snowball because the people around them are also dealing with other mental health things. They have their own issues of their own, and so they can't help each other, right? And so here's the thing, as we were talking about, like with Will, is we have two people, with Will and Jada, who both need help in their own way, but they can't help each other. And so like they need to go somewhere else to get help. I think this way is good for Will. Obviously it's not good career wise, but I think this is good for him like in a mental health state, because I think he could he doesn't need to take a year off from acting or something. He's a great actor. I don't want to wash up his career and all that. I'm saying, but he could take a lot of time to himself, stop making so many public appearances, take some time to himself, enjoy your kids, man. Do like live life outside the bubble of popularity and all that stuff. And because that's the thing, is people want popularity without any of the negativity that comes with it, and you just can't. You can't want to be the highest star at what you do and then be like, why doesn't everyone love me? How come anyone hates me? That messes with you. I'm not saying I could deal with it. So for his sake, I really do hope that listen, I don't want him to quit doing movies and TV and all that stuff. I'll keep working. But, work is good too, to work through this stuff. But all the other public appearances and all that stuff, like, man, just take some time, spend time with your family, go to Disney, whatever, just enjoy life. I think that's what would be really good for him. I really do. I'm not a doctor.
What else could that man really do, though? I mean, I'm sure he did everything right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like we said, man, some people don't ever, like, they never have enough, right? Some people, they're workaholics and they want to be the best. They don't just want to be rich or famous. Like, they want to be the best.
He had a whole show of what he did, like on a bucket list or something or whatever that he wants to do. So I'm sure he did plenty.
Yeah, something like Nat Geo.
Yeah, but we don't do politics on the show. But look at like who's running for president. You know what I mean? Like, you think about it. If I'm 70 and I'm a millionaire, I'm retiring to that nice island. No, we had like Bernie, Hillary, Trump. Like, we had like a bunch of 70-year-olds running for president, man. It's like that's never enough. It's like, okay, now I got money, I got fame, now I want power, and it's never enough for some people. And listen, they work hard. I'm not saying taking that away from them, but some people can't really just hang up the hat and just enjoy life, like the way you think that people would when you make that money. They got to be in the limelight. They got to be at the top, and they need the power, the money. And yeah. So some people, man, they can't hang it up. Like, it's hard to walk away when you're at the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, somebody just need to put a muzzle on her. Like, be quiet.
But yeah,
wait. Before you say anything, no, I'm not calling her a dog. Don't start.
I wouldn't say no.
But you know how people take stuff like that. Oh, you trying to say she a dog, dude? Be quiet. I'm not saying she's an animal, but just be quiet.
Hey, it could be one of our haters. I'm just fine.
It could be. If you're listening, don't be that guy.
No, but like last thing I want to say about this is like, listen. So the two of them, if they do want help or they think they need help, right? They're not going to get it from each other, right? If they come together, they're going to be like, it's us against the world. It's like, no, the world is rooting for you. We really do want you to succeed. Like, no one is against you guys. Like, you know, we're saying you can't do everything you want. You can't be entitled and do certain things, but we are rooting for you. We're not rooting against them. But they have to go get outside help. Like, because if they just try to get help from each other, you know, they're going to think it's them against the world, and it's just going to get worse. And it's not. It's, you know, people are here for them. So
true.
Yeah, man. They just put a stamp on Bad Boys 4. I'm sorry.
They made the Oscars watchable again. I mean, come on.
Definitely did though.
No, not really. I don't think people gonna watch the next. I mean,
no, we're right. We're not gonna.
Will there? What? No.
If they invite Chris Rock back,
call us. We want you on the show.
Hey, everybody say they better watch out for the Rock family because
one thing actually about the Rock family, Tony Rock said this week, I got nothing to lose. They wouldn't do that to me. It's like, listen, they don't let people with nothing to lose host the Oscars. Like, if you had nothing to, they're like, so we brought some guy in. He got nothing to lose. So who knows what he's gonna do? Like, no, dude, if you got nothing to lose, you ain't gonna host. Like, they don't.
Well,
let people like
I think he was saying more so towards.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, you know, you could say like, if that would happen to me, it's like, yeah, well, guess what? Like, there's a reason they don't have some of us hosting the Oscars because they know.
That's true, though. Very true.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah. All right, Walt, take us out.
Appreciate y'all, folks. It's your boy Big Walt, my boy Suave down there, looking suave, and my boy.
Hey man, hey, we do gotta get you a background though. You look like you in like, you know, like
the metaverse
section, man.
Yeah, the metaverse, NFTs.
First of all,
yeah, we need to create one while we playing.
We can talk about that another time.
Yeah, go ahead, take us out.
Why do we always interrupt when we about to introduce John last, bro? I don't understand that.
No, that actually was John.
I actually brought myself into the chat last to see if it would put me down somewhere down here, and it still put me up at the top. So I was like,
probably because you're the host.
It is, but I was trying to switch it up, but it just didn't happen. But thank you for our 29 subscribers.
Yes, we appreciate
the support, and I'm gonna kick it back to Walt.
I'm about to say that my boy John over there, the coldest white boy that I ever seen, that y'all ever seen. But yeah, man, that's your boy John, my boy John, my boy Nico. This your boy Real Deal Sports. We appreciate y'all watching. 29, subscribe, tell your mamas, your daddies, we don't care. We appreciate y'all. Comment this live. Hey, this is something new, you know. So we're gonna try doing this, you know what I'm saying, a couple times throughout, you know what I'm saying, us recording. So, you know, just you know, vibe with us. We trying new stuff. So hey, we appreciate y'all, man. Keep rocking with us because we're gonna keep on growing, baby.
Yes, sir.